Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Now, also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experiences. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you always got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's very important when we're looking at the spiritual blocks and shadows, because a lot of times it's not how our person feels about us, it's what that person does. And it's about being able to have discernment. It's being able to integrate the spiritual block so that you can transcend the limitations of your experiences. See, there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on your core beliefs. Your core beliefs are what determine your behaviorisms and your habits. And that inevitably is what leads to good karma or bad karma. Karma is just about learning. Our shadows are places that we haven't integrated. And so, again, very important, not just to see why your person does what they do, but why you're attracting what you're attracting. And if you want to like change certain elements of the relationship, change the dynamic of the relationship, well, you have to do something different. A lot of times when we're spiritually blocked, we tend to do the same things. Again, the behaviorisms and habits. All right. I always like to say a little bit before I jump right on in about the channel because it is different. And it's also, the readings tend to be a little bit longer because we are going deeper into behaviorisms and habits, but they are always healing. The readings are always healing. All right. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box. Always the word of the video if you forget, so you never have to rewind the video. And if you want to read about my shadow healing coaching program, that the Patreon link is in the description box. My website link is in the description box, and all other important information, as I just said. Now, my shadow healing program has inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to heal the effects of trauma. Every week we do a different topic. Last week was Akashic Records. This week actually was Akashic Records, which next week I believe it's going to be spiritual laws. So you learn how to actually heal by understanding certain spiritual concepts and being able to integrate that knowledge into your life. And also the healing modalities of reconditioning the body and mind. Now, the word of the video is going to be doubt. Doubt. This is the underlining energy. You know, it's funny. I feel like you're connected to someone that doubts quite highly that you're really even interested in them. That at this point, that's number one. Number two, I feel like they think that they will have more of a chance in winning you over, however, is if they wait really long and they just kind of pop back into your life, almost like you had doubted that they were ever going to come back into your life. They want to kind of catch you off guard. See the thumbs up? That's confirmation. That's what I feel. So the underlining energy is that I feel like someone is purposely holding back from you. I also believe that they got this bad advice from someone. Someone said, no, no, you should make that person wait. You should make that person wait. And like it said, at this point, I feel like your person thought that for a very long time and still kind of thinks that a little bit. But as the time goes by and they see that you're not making any effort to come towards them, that you're not doing anything for them, they are realizing that they like took this bad advice, that they were manipulated, that they so the underlining energy is doubt, but what was underneath it was grief. And that's what made me feel that. It's again because my eye went to the word grief, and it's because they didn't really want to hold back. They really didn't want to do what they've been doing. And I feel like it's been holding back and giving other people attention, and that doesn't even mean like a real relationship, just made other things the priority. And it's now keeping them in a place of disequilibrium, which is really out of balance because they're up in their head, they're obsessing about it, they're thinking a lot about it. And I feel like they can tap into you and they know that you're like, fuck off. Like that's your energy right now. They can feel that because it's like they took it to the extreme. They realized they took it to the extreme. This person thought that they were going to handle you the way that they handle other people, and which, again, holding back energy, it didn't take much for them to be influenced either, to hold back their energy. It's again, they tend to be very negative to begin with about their past relationships. And I feel like they talk to people about the relationship with you and they compared a lot of their previous relationships to you, and they thought that you were being difficult, they thought that you were being controlling, and I don't really feel like that. I feel like for whatever reason your person was projecting a lot of their bullshit onto you. However, so much time has gone by that that spiritual connection is still there, and it's still there. And the thing is, it's because they realize they still have feelings. And that's creating a lot of hostility because they feel like they ruined the relationship. They're hostile because they feel like you think that they're a narcissist. Because at the very least, it was betrayed. They don't really, they don't think that you think that they regret anything. So this is like, again, the underlining energy would be doubt. But what we see is that because they doubt, they're obsessing and they're already determined that you would not be interested in them because of how they acted. And they're reflecting back on why they did what they did. And what they're seeing is that they were kind of manipulated, but they also played the game a little bit. I feel like in this person not really wanting to share about what was really happening with you and them, not really displayed that much information, enclosed that much information, they kind of staged it in a way that wasn't accurate. That they were like, again, made you out to be the bad guy, made it to be like, again, that you were expecting, controlling, and really they thought because of this deep spiritual connection that I don't think that they knew what the spiritual connection was. They knew that there was an emotional connection. I don't think that this person's spiritual. I think emotionally they were like, usually people cave to me. Again, looking at you and comparing you to other people, how you were going to act. But they regret it because what they're seeing, again, they regret it because they're seeing that they really betrayed you for no apparent reason, because what they perceived and who they perceived that you were is not who you are. It's again, this person needs healing, and it's they went into this relationship or this connection. I shouldn't even say because never really even got off the floor, got off the ground, is that they just expected you to be a certain way. And so again, I believe that this person, when you were with them, they acted a lot more confident than they did. I feel like they didn't let you in. Again, they were self-righteous because they didn't really want to give you the connection that they wanted, that you wanted. And they really acted, and now they're looking back and they're saying, I know that I acted reckless. And I feel like this person acted reckless in the fact that they made sure to like make sure that you knew that they didn't really care how you perceived them, because they didn't perceive you from your true self. They perceived you from their wounds, and then they projected all that shit onto you, and they again didn't act. So now they're looking back at their disgusting behavior of being self-righteous and reckless. Again, not really caring about it. This is the same energy. It's again being thoughtless, taking dangerous risks. So again, sleeping around with a lot of different people, just drinking a lot, partying a lot, driving and partying, not taking care of themselves. Then they have health issues. So it's again, their actions, like this is why it's really important to heal, because this person's past relationships and how they perceive themselves, they have such a big ego. And they have such a big ego because we see that they're self-righteous. And we also see that they don't think that there's any real karmic consequences for their behavior. So this is something, again, their default mechanism where they, again, get triggered and just don't care, almost like want to prove to you, I don't care. I don't care. This is who I am. It's like me or don't like me, I don't care. I'm going to be with who I'm going to be with. You're not going to tell me who I'm going to be with. You're not going to tell me what to do. But meanwhile, you're like, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you want to be associated with me, you need to hold yourself a certain way and you need to treat me a certain way. Well, again, this was seen as very controlling. This was seen as you're telling this person what to do. They expected you to chase them when they detached. They thought that their reckless behavior was going to create like craziness with inside of you. And really, they didn't get any reaction. So that's why they're hostile. That's why they regret, because they're reflecting back and they're saying, you weren't that person at all. Again, the excessive behavior, being with them. You were self-righteous and your reckless behavior was excessive. It was over the top. You pushed it to the limit. You're still pushing it to the limit because you're not coming back and apologizing. Again, that would go against your self-righteousness, which there's still a little bit of an ego there. But even though this person is a lot of ego, I feel like now the tables have turned, where at one time you were very consumed with their drama and their reckless and excessive behavior. Well, now they're consumed with you, and they're consumed with you because, again, their mind is in the head chatter. They don't really know how to fix this. They don't know what to do. They perceived you as, I don't like, somebody that they must have dated before that was very controlling, maybe a mother or father that was very controlling, some trauma that they had where they felt like they lost their identity. They were, someone put a lot of expectations onto them and they go over the top, excessive behavior to prove to you, no, I don't want this. No, you're not that important. No, they'll take it to the limit, but then expect you to chase them, expect you to fix it. And then when you didn't fix it, you were the bad guy. But now they're hostile because they're consumed with their emotions for you. That wasn't supposed to turn out that way. You were supposed to be consumed with them, which you were like, well, I was in the beginning because of their fuckery. But once that transpired, after a while, you just felt like, I can't deal with this. And you detached. And that's what this person is like. It didn't like the way that you ended that. That was not supposed to go down that way, where you just detached. Like, you were supposed to put up a bigger fight. You were supposed to protest. You were supposed to fight for your position, per se. And where you were like, no, it's like you do everything and everything to make me feel like I'm not important in your life. You make me feel as if, again, as if I'm not important. But then you'll show like emotion to everyone else, not just a past lover. But I feel like it's not so much that I feel like this person shows that much emotion to a past lover. I feel as if this person still is manipulated through a past lover, and your person is still afraid of that person and emotionally still connected to that person because it was a very codependent connection, even though they're not together anymore. But you're not getting anything. They were treating you however they wanted to treat you. So, of course, whatever little breadcrumb someone else is getting, it's going to be amplified. And so I feel like this person would use their past person to try to trigger you to make you give them more, even though they don't really want to be with that past person. Again, so they create a lot of trust issues, but they have trust issues. So they project a lot of their trust issues onto you. But then you're projecting, and then you're not just projecting, but you're the person that has all the trust issues. You're the person that keeps getting in your own way. You're the person that is creating drama for no apparent reason, and after a while you're like, I don't feel safe, so I obviously not going to trust you. Safe emotionally, because again, at the end of the day, you don't really want to give me anything. At the end of the day, unless I'm giving you all of myself and chasing you and are so consumed with you, you feel like you're being ignored. But meanwhile, you're not giving to me. So this is, again, person definitely has a second chakra imbalance. They don't want to give anything, but then they expect a whole lot in return. And so where they don't really feel like there's a problem, because what happened is they would get self-righteous, like, you're supposed to do this for me. Oh, you're not going to do it for me? Well, then I'm gonna, again, drink too much, party too much, run around with a bunch of different people, and I'm just gonna be excessive. Excessive in showing emotion to other people aside from you, which is gonna make you feel ignored. Again, hoping that you would be consumed by it all and give this person, but you didn't. It just created trust issues. And that's why this person is, again, they're like, I stayed away from you because I was, again, self-righteous and knew that I neglected you and was stubborn about listening to you. And now, again, they're real sorrow, and not just sorrow, but fear, like you're moving on. And that leaves them in a place of shame, which is the spiritual block that was there all the time, which is why this person does what they do. It's like they get in their own way. Again, they have a lot of fear about relationships. They have trust issues. And when a person has trauma and they have, again, to the point where they were betrayed in childhood, a lot of times they do have shame. And then unfortunately, they continue to get in their own way. They continue to get in their own way. And the thing is, truth of the matter is, your person is actually very jealous and very selfish, which is a root chakra imbalance. So got to a place where you're like, I see all your blocks. Again, like, it didn't give you any time. So this person just, I feel like psychologically and emotionally didn't give you anything to try to make you feel a certain way, almost to try and put you in competition to fight for your spot, even though it's not like somebody else. I don't see another relationship here. I just feel as if this person tries to get advice from other people, doesn't tell them the true story, the whole story, and in that, it's like they don't get proper information. So it looks like they get bad information, but the truth of the matter is they're not being transparent with anybody about, hey, listen, I have feelings and this is what's happening. What should I do? No, they make it like you're the bad guy. They make it like you did something wrong. They make it like you were controlling. Again, that was their perception because that has happened in the past. That's not what's happening now. And this person has that realization that that was not what was happening now, because you separated, you detached from this person. So now, of course, they have grief because it's like they're looking back and saying, I misread that wrong. I acted like a jerk. This person isn't that person. This person, actually, I have respect for. And why? Because you detached. You didn't fight this person. You didn't scream at this person. You were like, you might have been like, you're fucked up, but I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna detach from you. And again, that was worse. It was worse because sometimes words, you lose the impact. And the thing is, you didn't lose the impact because this person wasn't able to read into your words and say, oh, they're jealous. Oh, they're manipulative. Oh, they're this. You didn't do anything. You just detached and you like just handed them back their shit bag. And now they're sitting there and they're like, that's not really what I want. They're hostile because they actually have feelings for you. And they're saying, I don't know how I can fix this. And they're, why did I do this? You know, and really that's what relationships are supposed to do. So it's almost like teaching, like this person, like I feel like it's making them think, okay? It's making them think outside the box because they see that the spiritual block that they have, not just with you, that they create over and over and over again, that their relationships tend to be, and how they see you is that you're completely different. See, they put you in the box with everybody else, as I said, so they just never gave you the time, and they were like, oh, this is who you are, and I expect you're going to do this, like, because they strategize, and normally people do fall into their little games. You didn't. This person sees you as like, again, like someone almost that they put on a pedestal, I would say, someone that is like an innovator, someone that sets trends, someone that's different, someone that's unique, someone that, and the reason why is because I feel like you detached when you just put your energy into yourself, and really it's made you be able to like stay true to yourself. It's made you be like prepared, like, and have a backbone to go up against this person, because this person tends to be a bully, tends to be able to like get what they want because they strategize and they manipulate. But it didn't matter because I feel like you're busy creating and do like you put your energy and love into yourself and into like whatever your projects are that you're doing, that's what gave you staying power. That's what like again made you like be able to hold your ground, I want to say, with this person. And people normally don't hold their ground, they normally get what they want. So you made this person think about you, you made them actually think about you. So um, and so they're trying to figure out whether they want to take the risk, because they knew that they played a lot of games. So they're like, feel like this is like, is this their fate? No, it's an uncertain outcome because they still have feelings, they still have, and they're realizing that they're like, well, I could actually change this. I can actually change this. This doesn't really need to be my fate. Um, I feel like this person doesn't want to want this to be their fate. So they want to take a gamble and they want to take a gamble, but they're not ready and they're not going to be ready for a little while. And that's what they're showing. Like, I mean, possibly by like the early winter months. And that's because, why is that? And it's because they fell into like a lot of hardship. They fell into a lot of misfortune. I feel like there's a lot of just setbacks in this person's life. I feel like part of this person not letting you in all the way is because they don't have their life all together. It's again someone that plays this many games and wants to create so much drama in other people and needs to have someone abandon themselves and be so consumed with them. Well, it's because they're obviously broken, and that would show that they were broken in a lot of other places. I don't know if you see that broken vase, right? It's like they feel that they're broken. No, it's really broken. It's that we have spiritual blocks, and this person didn't take the opportunity. It's like they see the opportunity with you to again be able to possibly fix it. You know, they want to fix it because it's actually a burden for them to continue to think about it, to continue, like it's affecting them, it's causing them hostility. Now you might be like, they seem fine to me. No, running around with a lot of other people after a while is not fulfilling this person because they're comparing you. They still have feelings for you. this is what this person needed to see. They needed to see that they can't control love. They can't control a connection, even if it's not love per se, but there's a spiritual connection, that they don't have more power than the universe. You know, the universe is God. The universe that brought you this person and them you. So there's a purpose. It doesn't mean that you like that purpose. It means that the divine says, no, you need this energy. You need this person, and you need this person because you need to heal certain aspects that you wouldn't volunteer to heal. And that's really first and foremost for this person. It was to get out of their self-righteousness, to stop projecting onto other people due to their past relationships, to be in the moment, and also to see how you just detach from them. They really thought that they had you. They really thought you were going to like fight, and you're changing. Understand what I see is, Corby, I see that what it is that you continually show people who you are, and then it's almost like they're mortified. They're mortified and they're angry, and they're angry because they perceived you as not being smart, perceived you as not being strong, perceived you as being able to get over, perceived you as, because you're a nice person, because you're an emotional person, because again, you're a caring person. And so this person perceived you wrong. What you showed this person is, I'm a nice person, but I also respect myself, and I don't care more about you liking me than whether I respect myself. Where this person is used to people compromising themselves, and that has kept them in a low vibration of just living by their addictions, right? If you're not spending time, you're here for a good time, not a long time, the relationship's not deep, you begin to think that you can't form a relationship. And I feel like that's what happened with this person. So again, yeah, there's a sense of they want to give it a chance with you. They want some sort of partnership, some sort of relationship, some sort of like they want, I would say, I would say that this person at the very minimum wants to be a friend, that sees you as being able to be a teacher. Like again, I saw that, like to be able to help them with their life, but also that they could be a team with you. And the reason they could be like go into partnership with you, and even if that's just a relationship, and the reason why is because you detached. You did not control this person. This person's spiritually blocked. They have a lot of wounds. So when a person is wounded and they have a lot of expectation of the wounded person, that's what makes that wounded person run. Because understand, they grew up in an environment where there was expectations and they lived by those expectations. But it cost them. They didn't create their life. And so when we don't create our life, we don't really know who we are. And then we look for those things outside of ourselves. And what happens is we're not in relationship. We're more living by our addictions. Like I said, this person's reckless behavior was this person was filling themselves. They felt empty. And that's what happens because their heart was closed off. I'm not really going to let you in. I'm living from this level of consciousness, which were like, okay, that's fine. I'm detaching. Well, they never expected that. They expected you to put up a little bit of a fight. So it's like this person wants to fix it. They want to actually co-create. That's what it says right here. No lie. This is so again, they want to give it another try. Maybe that again, they could deal with it differently, but they doubt that you are going to give them another try. That's what the problem is. That's why they're holding back. But I believe that they're going to get over that. It's like, because if this is really a divine connection, well, the divine always wins. The universe always wins. And that's the whole point of these divine connections. And the divine connection could be like teacher to student per se. It's not always twin flame soulmate. It's just a divine connection that the universe has said, you need this person. They have this type of energy. They have this type of personality. They have these gifts. They're going to help you. You're going to help them. They play an important role within your life. That's what this person feels. I want to talk to you, but I'm not sure I'm ready to share everything and give you the answers that I know that you deserve. So again, what are they going to say? Yeah, I didn't come to you. I held back purposely. I was a whore. I was running around with a lot of different people and, out partying every night while, again, ignoring you. They're, you know what I mean? It's like they have shame over that. They're like, I acted like an asshole. It's like, I didn't think that you were that person. So again, they're like, I don't even know how to recover from that. I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fear so I can come back to you. And that's what I felt. But this person is thinking about returning. I would say more by, it's again a slow process. So I would say late fall, maybe right around the beginning of the winter months. And that's because I feel like they're trying to fix other things in their life. It's not, the relationship was just one aspect why this person has shame. And I feel like, again, the relationship has made them be like, why did I act this way? Why did I do so again, which is making them reflect on other areas of their life, and they see you as someone that they could co-create with. Well, they want to be able to bring something to the table. So we have to say, well, what are you supposed to learn from this relationship? You're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. This person came into your life and they're not ready, and then they're coming back, and you're supposed to be maybe their friend or some sort of soul relationship. What's the point? What is your medicine? Because you already see the medicine that you're expected to give to this person, which is friendship and some spirituality, and you learn compassion. You might again learn certain spiritual characters to integrate into your life, and possible ones that were not displayed to you as a child, because these are your inner child cards. So the first card out is confusion. Second card out is space, overwhelmed, time and attention, neglect. I'm going to put one more just for measure. Disassociated. Well, I feel like you were neglected. And again, and it was very confusing because again, when your parents, they're supposed to love you, they're supposed to support you. You didn't. You felt overwhelmed. You didn't get the time and the attention that you need. If anything, you were neglected, and that created a disassociation. And when you are detached from self, you don't know what you feel. So the thing is, how we navigate our life is not just through what we think, strategize. That means we're in survival mode. It's but actually through our intuition, through the higher self, through connecting to other people. And we can't do that if we're disassociated. So Spirit says there's a lot of space here for you to create. It's like because like just not anything. If you're disassociated, you're in survival mode. Like I said, you weren't creating yourself. So this person triggered a lot of your wounds too. Again, awaken those wounds of being neglected, because again, they were playing games of not giving you time and attention, which again is really confusing, because it's like, if you have feelings, why are you doing this? Which is again, if you're my parents, why wouldn't you love me? If you're this person, again, a relationship, that a previous relationship that supposedly loved you and didn't give you the time and attention, it's confusing. It's like, why? It's overwhelming then, because it's confusing, because you're thinking about it all the time, and then you're beginning to get emotional about it all the time. So obviously you're not taking the time to actually create within the space. There's just nothing, because you're in survival mode. And that again is because you were disassociated, and real trauma is not just physical trauma. There's psychological and emotional trauma where you weren't given the support. The time and the attention is the support to make you feel emotionally secure, to make you again, feel safe enough to be in that space to create. You have to feel safe to be able to co-create successfully. Person's going to keep you overwhelmed. Well, you're not in the creative mind, you're in the survival mind. So this person actually brought you back to that time, and that's why you disconnected. You were like, nope, this is not what I want. And you put the time and the attention into yourself, and that's why this person is so intrigued. That's why this person is like, had to look at their behavior, and their behavior was shitty. The thing is, I acted like an asshole. I thought you were somebody else. What they see is they projected a lot. So what they see also is that they need a lot of healing. And that's also why they're going to take a while to come back. They're not coming back tomorrow because they're like, you never take them back, not even as a friend. They have to come back on a certain vibration. They're on a low vibration. That's how the universe works. So we end this reading off with little healing advice. And we ask, what is it? And Spirit says guidance, which is what you didn't have. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my fate to God, and my faith is rewarded. So I'm feeling like what this was, because again, some of you people are going to take this person back, and some of you guys aren't. I feel like it's not really about that. Again, I feel like the card that I just, if I pull, it will be like, again, that there's a part of you that still has feelings for this person. Where you're like, please contact me, and may not respond, but knowing you care, like, opens your heart a little bit more to them, and that, like, you feel like neither one of you are really being honest right now, and that, that you feel like your person is, like, again, trying to figure things out, like trying to figure out how their thoughts create their reality. And I feel like you're trying to figure out, like, how this person relates to it all, like, in your life. And that's really, so you're both in this introspection time. And what Spirit is saying is, you listen to me. Again, tell you detach. We brought you back here for you to look at your wounds. And that is making you go deep within yourself. This relationship did make you go deep within yourself for different reasons, for you to pull out what's wounded, to look at what's wounded and say, don't come from the survival mind. Don't come from your past experiences, you or this person. Put your faith in God. Put your faith in your higher self, in the God part of self, and only in the now do you get divine guidance, not in the head chatter, not in what's going to happen, what did happen, only in the moment. Let me lead you, Spirit says, because you have to learn how to trust yourself. And that's the thing. This person doesn't trust themselves. You don't trust yourself. Disassociation. Spirit says you needed to get this pulled out of you so that you would, again, not try to control your situation, because you can't control this person. It's about controlling yourself. Now, understand, when you have a lot of spiritual blocks, and those spiritual blocks are from not getting the time and the attention and the love, people tend to overgive. This person felt those old wounds, but you didn't act on them. And it's like, I'm feeling controlled by people around me again. So I feel like your person is looking at their entire life right now, and they're seeing, because I don't have a good connection to my higher self, I tend to put too much belief and stock in what other people say. So in that, they're realizing that they've been a little bit controlled. Now, I also feel like that's part of them not wanting to take the blame, for what they've done, but they actually feel like, other people have too much of a say. So they're actually looking at their life, and they're seeing what needs to be healed. And I feel like this situation, like I said, pulled out your wounds, making you look at them of saying you didn't have time and attention, that you didn't feel loved, You felt like you were neglected, and that created a lot of disassociation again, and that makes you not grounded. So what happened is you got grounded. And that's all you had to do. You had to release and become grounded. And that really is how you let go and you let God. Because when you release, you are, again, you regain your spiritual equilibrium, which is balance. And what we saw was that there was imbalance. Now, this person's in balance because they're trying to control, they're obsessive. And that's what happens when we strategize and we become obsessive. That's how we know we're wounded. That is how your person expected you to react, but it backfired on them because you detached and you raised your vibration, and this person never, ever, ever, ever has experienced that before. And that was very profound and healing for this person. Made them look at their entire life. So I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. You let me know how you resonated. I'm sorry I wasn't on the past couple of days. You know, after my husband passed away, I didn't really, um, it's like it's delayed. As time goes by, it gets harder and harder, and I find out different things, and then I'm like a little debilitated, but I'm trying to push through. And I also feel like, I was doing the videos every day for a lot of my channels. I have a few channels. So, and I was like, I just felt like I needed to take a little time off to register. I haven't taken a break since my husband passed away. It's like said, it's almost like I'm on autopilot. So I seem like I'm fine, but I'm not. So I want to just apologize for not being as consistent. I promise the month of September is going to be a lot better. It's been a wild ride. But I want to thank everybody for your support and all your likes, shares, subscribes, your beautiful comments. I do read them, and your energy has definitely been healing. I just wanted to thank you all and tell you how much I appreciate you all. All right, I love you, and I will be on soon. I'll talk to you then. Bye.